Hello, Rhonda.
Did you get it?
Yep, all the way from Texas.
Okay.
You must be sweating your little panties
No,
out.
Texas doesn't have humidity.
Oh, yes, they do. It's been very hot. Come on, Rhonda. Tell us all about your weather. Can you guys hear us now? Or do you?
Okay,
are you all sitting there with earplugs so you don't have to hear us?
But here's my question. Okay, so Bull Verde, Texas.
Yeah.
One of the things that I love about like that neck of the woods is how like Verde is obviously Spanish, but is it like some weird Spanglish name or is that an actual Spanish name?
I don't know. Let's talk about the show.
When I
today.
lived in Missouri, there was a place called Bodark, and I had no idea. Bodark.
Oh, I thought it was Bodunk.
No, Bodark. How do you think they would spell that?
Bodart.
Yeah.
Bodart.
Yeah, Bodark, right?
B-E-A-U.
Being from New England, close to the Canadian border, if it was spelled Bois d'Arc, how would you pronounce that?
Bois d'Arc.
Bois d'Arc, right? They pronounce it Bodark.
Huh. Well, that's why I never order hors d'oeuvres.
Hors d'oeuvres. Okay. Anyway, on that note, I guess we do have sound back. We thought we had a technical difficulty, but we don't. So here we are.
See? Thank you, Rhonda. Thank you. Thank you.
But she's,
all right. Yeah, yes. Here we are.
Yes, here we are. We get sidetracked by the weather. Our AC's broken, by the way.
Awesome. It's a good day.
Yeah, broke yesterday.
Thank God it's broken today.
Yeah, well, it broke yesterday. But anyway. So, shop news. Keep an eye out on the line. We're getting some classes put up because as we get into September, October, we're going to start filling up the calendar. I don't think I've got anything finalized yet, but there's that.
We're getting close.
We're getting close.
We're getting.
And other shop news. Prairie. We've been going through our list of Prairie people that are signed up.
Okay.
And we are running out of kits. If you are interested, you need to sign up today because we're in the process. We're starting to cut our kits.
Can we talk about it for a little minute?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
We are different than any other kit you're going to get out there, folks. You are going to get everything here. Pre-cut on our laser. And I just want to show you.
You guys have been having fun?
I happen to do, the last sew-along was her chicken soup. If any of you are fans, you know what chicken soup is. And I actually did the laser cutouts of all the chicken pieces. And I want to tell you that our pieces are better than... I'm going to brag here, guys. They're
You put the work in, you might as well.
They're better than other laser cut pieces that I have purchased. They are clean, they are beautiful, they are accurate.
And do you have like the little sticky stuff on the back
they
too?
They are pre-fused. These we used a Wonder Under on, so you got to use a pin to, score it and take it off. But they are pre-fused. So even if you don't have an embroidery machine,
yes,
this kit is for you.
It'll be pre-cut.
Because you have everything pre-cut, raring to go.
Yes.
Yeah. So, even the stems, we're not doing bias tape. That's not how we roll. No, we will have stems cut for you. But if you happen to have an embroidery machine...
there will be files available, correct?
We have also digitizing every one of these blocks. Every one of these blocks. So not when your kit first comes, because we have to have time.
Yeah.
But your kit will include all your pieces, all your fabric.
Yes.
And then periodically, which we're still figuring out, you will receive a notice that the files are posted and ready to go. What I need to know is exactly what hoops people are going to be using. Like, do we need to make it for 6x10? If nobody on the list needs 6x10, I'm not going to make it for 6x10.
Yes.
If you know what I mean?
Yep.
And what machine format?
Yes.
Because you don't necessarily have to have a Brother machine.
Yes, but I do think most everybody on our list right now has a Brother machine.
I'm going to throw it right out there. If you have a Luminaire, this kit is a must for you. You will learn so much about your machine, and you will say, how did I ever live without it? But it is not a requirement.
Yes.
It is not a requirement. The biggest thing I need to know is, larger soup size. I would not recommend anything smaller than a 6x10. These blocks are 16 inches square. Once again, I think we're going to buy into a little 13-inch block, and this comes in, and I go, what do you mean they're 16 inches finished?
Yeah,
Holy
so that'll be
tamale.
fun. Okay, that adds a wrinkle to it a little bit.
Yeah, but that's okay. We can handle it.
Yeah.
And in addition, when you get your kit, you will learn that all of these backgrounds are pieced backgrounds. So don't be thinking you won't have anything to do while you're waiting for your digitized file to arrive. Because you will have lots to do.
Yes.
Lots to do.
And like I said, we have a limited
I'm so
number.
proud of this.
As they started cutting, we were kind of finalizing our numbers. I think we have 2 or 3 kits left available. So if you are interested in that, go online and sign up today. If you're not on our list already. If you're not sure if you're on our list, give us a call.
This is a sampling of the fabrics used in the kit.
Yeah,
This is just a sampling. Are they beautiful colors or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other thing we're also putting together, since we're doing a big prairie push,
Yes.
is we've got our thread came in.
Well, maybe we can put those over here so they can see them better. Brent.
But I have it. Look, I have my handful of thread. Yay!
Yeah, but okay. They're 40 weight.
It's 40. It's going to be 40 weight Aurifil.
Aurifil.
What we did is Aurifil. Lori Holt did put together a thread kit for prairie, but if you actually buy that thread kit online, it's 50 weight, and they're in the small spools. What we have discovered is because we're going to be we're planning on doing this machine applique.
Yes.
We know that 40 weight 40 weight works a lot better than 50 weight. So our thread kit is going to be Aurifil 40 weight. So that
even if you don't use the digitized files, and you want to blanket stitch them with your machine, this is the thread to use.
Yes. And we're doing the full spools. This isn't going to be the half spools. So those kits will be available. I don't know if we're going to list it online yet, but we're planning on, I want to say they're going to be $125 for the 10 spools.
I'm going to show how beautiful they are.
No, we don't have them on.
We don't have it online yet.
And show how beautiful these are.
And of course, I'm missing 2 colors because there was a back order. This is the back order that had all the colors, and 2 others showed up ahead of them. So.
Aren't they beautiful?
But those are
the whole thing just sings.
And those are the same colors, like I said, that are in the actual Lori Holt thread pack that Aurifil put together. We just took those same colors, and instead of doing the small 50 weight spools, we're doing the full size 40 weight spools because of how we're going to be doing it. And you can never have enough thread anyway. And like I said, those kits should be available. We have those kits. We'll get them listed online, but those will be $125 if I'm not mistaken.
For the thread kit.
For the thread kit. And
that's not a make or break it. That's a separate optional package. I, for one, will be doing it that way.
And if somebody from Aurifil is watching and I just broke the law with your advertised pricing stuff, let me know and we'll edit. Because I don't know anymore what I'm allowed to say and what I'm not when it comes to pricing. But yes, that'll be available online sooner than later. And if you're local, come on in and pick one up. It's just a beautiful set of thread anyway. So that's pretty much all we have for shop news. Oh, other big thing in shop news. Huge happenings in shop news. Well, not huge, but
huge.
If you are looking, we're going to get into this today about Luminaires and new machines and all that.
And updating and this and that.
If you are interested in a Luminaire, there is special financing that's going to start on Saturday. But
is that on the 2s or the 3s?
Either.
Oh.
There's special financing available. But there's the dealer incentives I get on the back end on Friday. So, the story I'm going to tell you is if you are interested in a Luminaire, then the next couple days, let me know and we can talk some numbers because I can order it on the special dealer incentive and then wait and put the financing through the financing incentive. It's a little bit of there's enough of an overlap that we can get some pretty good deals if you're interested in a Luminaire. Or really any machine. They've got some good financing options they're going to be running for the next couple weeks, I think, starting next week. So if that's something you're interested in, let me know. And like I said, because of all the new announcements and stuff, there's some really good deals going on the back end anyway. So
yeah, there's a lot of
now's
stuff
the time if you're looking for one. Anyway, I think that's all I've got for shop news.
Okay, well that's pretty good. Can I show this off?
Yes, because I don't have a quilt of the week or anything.
Oh, okay. Well, guys, you know I bragged about macaw before, okay? What size? Oh, what size is prairie? You got to read those questions. You read the questions. I'll talk about this.
Yes.
This was created in our macaw class. This is the kit that Four Pines put together. Last time I showed one off, it was changed up a little bit using tulip paint because that's what that person wanted to do. But the Four Pines had a kit put together for our class, and this is it.
Yes, this is the colorway that we put together.
This is it. This was the exact colorway. And I know some people during class, Becky was using something else, and they were like, oh, yours is brighter. Yeah, it is, but that's me. I'm brighter. But this is stunning. It's absolutely stunning. So Teresa, shout out to Teresa. Teresa, let's talk about her binding.
Her
Brent.
binding is
Can
awesome.
you see what she did with? Can we
The
get over to
binding-
the binding?
The binding is
Can you
fantastic.
Can you get the binding in the
It
shot?
won't go up that
Brent,
high.
can you
You
move
gotta
the
move
quilt?
it.
Well, he's got it right there. Look at
Oh,
that.
you know what she did, peeps? She used leftover fabric.
Good girl.
Look at that.
It looks great. And I can only imagine.
Thank you, Danny.
It was probably a little bit of work, but it came out fantastic.
Isn't that something?
Yes.
It's beautiful, right?
Yes.
Very
gorgeous.
creative. That's what I love
Yeah,
about it.
and it really feels.
I
It gives
wouldn't
it
have thought of doing that, but
It-
some people were like, "Oh, I have so many scraps."
Thank
but
you.
it really
And-
does a nice job of finishing it out.
I love the idea, and she
Yeah.
quilted this herself, by the way.
She did.
Yes.
Yeah, she quilted it herself.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah, yeah. So, little thread right there. I would have caught if I had seen it earlier. So I know. Kudos
Yes.
to those that are waiting for the next macaw class. I can't wait. I can't wait.
Oh, good.
When I
Shelly's up.
see him finished.
Have her-
I love it.
So Shelly, yeah, if you're up, because I know that you're.
Ooh,
time zone.
California,
Call us- yes.
Pamela, nice.
Call us when this is over. We got to get you set up to call in for the class today.
Who's that?
Shelly, I was supposed to send
Shelley,
her, yeah, I
okay,
was supposed to send her
yeah.
an email, and
Yeah,
it's been a
I'm
week.
glad you said something here.
yes, it's been a week. So anyway,
Okay, so that's my shout out on that. How about
Yeah.
we do a quiz time?
well, yes. Did Eddie get his names put together?
He did, but I have a quiz first.
Oh, you have a
That's
quiz.
a giveaway.
Oh, that's the giveaway. Okay,
I have a quiz.
Okay.
This quiz is for the 10. I'm mixing stuff up.
That's
Trying to,
fine.
a little bit of instant
You know me,
gratification, because
I'm-
that's me. I need the instant
I'm just
gratification.
along for the ride, so that's fine.
Last week, I mentioned a technique that I said, oh, make one of these, stick it in the memory of your embroidery machine. I don't care what machine you're using.
Yes.
This is something I find helpful over and over again. And Brent said, did I miss that class? What was that item that I said? Either save it from another file or make it on your machine. Oh, look at Kaya. She's a trigger finger. You got it.
Crosshairs.
Crosshairs.
Yeah, and Shelly was there too. A T.
A T. No, it isn't a T. It's a
Yeah, close
cross.
enough.
No, it's a cross.
Okay, fine. It's a cross.
A T. Oh, yeah.
I didn't even get to play music.
I know you. They wouldn't let me dance. They don't
I
want
mean, you
me
can
to.
still dance if you
Alright.
want.
Winner, chicken dinner. There we go. Do.
What did they win?
Congratulations, a $10 GC.
$10 GC.
$10
Okay.
GC, Kaya. Nice. All right.
Okay.
So now I want to do the spinning wheel of
The spinning-
funness.
Yes, the spinning wheel.
The
of funness.
spinning wheel of funness. Thank you all for commenting and entering for our Know Me Table Runner Kit. Brent, I didn't see your name on the wheel.
Because you know how like if you listen to the radio things, employees aren't eligible for
Are
prizes.
you spinning yet, Ed?
Oh, Eddie just added me. Brent F.
Yeah.
Because there's another Brent. Is that?
Okay, spinning wheel must go round. Spinning wheel, who's going to be the lucky winner is... Oh, Shelly!
Yay!
Shelly! Oh,
Yes,
I
no.
kind of wanted Joseph to win it because he had a good comment. But next time. All right, Shelly!
That's good because we got to send
Pretty
Shelly out her frosty, so she's gonna get some gnomes to go with her frosty.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. They're on their way.
All right.
All right.
Like I don't have my agenda today. 'Cause
Turbo
I'm-
tip?
Turbo tip.
This is a turbo tip that
Yeah.
I used on Frosty, and I talked about it before, but you know, until I do it again, I wonder if everybody remembers that conversation. And some of you probably don't care. But my turbo tip is
Clappers.
the clapper.
The clapper.
The clapper.
Get yourself the clap.
And the
That's
best
what she said.
and the best
Sorry.
spray or my vodka. This is not vodka, so I'm not going to take a sip today. Your vodka starch, your best spray. Yeah, you can use water, but I'm telling you, I still believe if you're going to wet it, you might as well stiffen it. That's
That's
my
what
motto.
she said.
I'm sorry, it's one of those days.
It is.
The
It
fact
is.
that Eddie laughed at that tells you
There's
that it
there's no AC, so people bear with us. All right, I'm not going to do it. When you have and any of your Kimberbell projects as well, which is how I got reminded of this, anytime, because we're going to tell you to open your seams. Anytime I have a bulky seam, if I can open it, I want to open it, okay? I also want to get my batting out. I want to get anything extra out of it I can. But let's say you can't get everything out, because that doesn't always happen. Once you open it, this is me using an iron.
Okay.
Once you open it,
Ironing or pressing?
I'm actually ironing
Okay.
right now. I really am. I am.
I'm sorry, it's one of those technical things that always makes me laugh.
At this point, I'm ironing. I've got stabilizer on this thing one
Okay.
way or the other. It's not going anywhere. Then I'm going to spray it with my juice. In this case, it's Best Press, but it can be.
The sound effects are really fantastic.
Thank you.
I love
And then I'm going to take my I'm going to iron it again. Iron it good.
Yeah.
Or press it really good. I don't care at this point. And then while it is cooling down,
Drop that on there.
clapper it up. Eddie, they can't even see my clapper. What are you, sleeping over there? Eddie's sleeping. Sorry, folks. Put your clapper on that seam. Let it cool off while you're doing the next one or the next part of it. Let this stay on there. Your seams will be so flat. And when you go to add your blocks together like Frosty, their seams will match up so much easier because your seams are flat.
Okay.
So, clapper, juice.
Question while I'm thinking of it, does the wood add to its serviceability, as it were? Like if it was
What?
made out of
the wood of this?
Yeah, if it was made out of plastic, would it work as well?
Oh no, wood absorbs.
So
Absorbs
the reason I'm asking because you see a
moisture
lot
and
of those, like a purple thing, but you also see different wooden type pressing aids, and you're saying wood is
Yes.
a better option than
It
plastic.
Definitely
Okay.
is. Definitely,
All right,
not a doubt.
like the
It-
bamboo, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I looked through all the notes.
It
this guy
has
along,
to
I
be
just ordered
wood.
stuff.
It can be any chunk of wood. It doesn't have to be pretty chunk, but you should be selling clappers.
Well, we had them for a while. We even had like the little.
They come in different
Yeah.
sizes and shapes, and
Yeah.
sometimes you're going to want more than one because, you know, as you go, you just clack, 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 clack.
If you have like grandkids, I'm sure they like throw them at each other. You know, that's what me and my brother would do.
You know what we should do? We should engrave this with a laser.
Let's do it.
Is it under 2 inches?
Yes, Bev.
Do you carry them in the shop, or where do I get them?
Bev wants to know where to get a clapper.
We'll get some clappers.
We're going to get some nice, beautiful wooden clappers right here in the shop.
Are they all the same size, or what?
We're going to get an assortment of sizes.
Okay. Yes, we're gonna have clappers.
Because sometimes you want a little
We're gonna
clapper.
get the
Sometimes
clap.
you want a big clapper. No, they really are.
Yeah.
I used to laugh at this, but when you're doing a lot of these
Oh, yeah, I
Nita
can
Good
s-
Designs, Kimberbell, Frosty, any of those things, this is indispensable. It really is.
I like it for seams.
Seams.
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Seams.
Oh, I thought you just said like Kimberbell when you're doing it.
When you're opening the seam.
Oh, okay.
That's when I use it.
I thought you meant appliquing or something.
No, when I'm
Okay.
opening the seam.
Okay.
That's that's when it gets used. We probably should have some in the classroom
Yes.
too.
Okay.
Because they're-
Clappers. Okay.
Okay, that's my turbo tip.
All right.
Boom,
I guess that moves us on to what, workbench.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. Today's workbench.
I
Because
thought we
it,
weren't doing work.
well, whatever, you know, Brent's whatever this is.
Okay.
You know,
Brent's-
because I've got like
Brent's
two
time
quilts.
slot.
Yeah, I've got like 2 quilts I'm trying to finish up so I can show you all. But I haven't finished them today, which brings me to what I want to talk about.
Okay.
One of the questions we often get here in the shop You know, somebody, you know, people like to make their craftiness and all that, and then you know somebody that knows somebody like, hey, make me a quilt. And then people come in and say, what should I charge them for a quilt? So let's talk about
There's
what.
never enough. Never enough money for the quilt.
So that's why I don't have any of my other quilts done, because somebody came in and said, will you make this quilt for me? And I'm like,
Don't say too much, Brent.
all I'm going to tell
He
you.
said, yes, I will.
Yep.
And now he's saying,
what I'm gonna-
why did I say yes?
What I'm going to tell you is, it's when you're pricing out a project for somebody, a pretty good rule of thumb. There's some basic
Times
calculations.
10. Times 10.
What I do is I look at the project. How bad do I want to do it? That really affects how much I'm going to charge for it. But a pretty good rule of thumb is cost of materials times 2. A lot of people use that as a kind of figuring the cost of if they're going to sell a quilt. It's a real simple equation.
Somebody might buy Prairie for $600.
Yeah.
No, seriously,
Yeah.
that's going to be a stunner.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is cost of materials times 2. But the problem with that is that's really underpricing whatever you've done, because if you stop and consider, we'll use Prairie as an example. Cost of materials times 2, that's $600 for that quilt. When you look at the amount of work that you're going to have to put into it, a lot of times that pricing is based on the idea of you're enjoying what you're doing. The getting your time out of it isn't that important. So I would not use that equation if you're going to become a professional
You
quilt
cannot
maker.
make money
You will
out
make
of
no
it.
money. But it's a really good kind of rule of thumb if you're just doing a favor now and again for a friend. Cost materials times 2. The other way that we will the other problem we run into is somebody has a bunch of quilts. If you're a quilter, like we'll use Brenda as an example because she has a bazillion quilts.
She does.
And then somebody
They're all on one bed.
and then people will come in and want to buy one of those quilts, and she'll show them. And like, how do you figure out how much a quilt that you already have costs? Because you probably don't remember how much you spent on it.
Replacement value times 2.
The replacement value times 2. That's an interesting thought, because if you ever get an appraiser in to tell you what a quilt is worth, it's crazy. The replacement value on a quilt is really nuts, and unless you can put Amish in front of it, you'll probably never get that more for it.
That's why I don't sell quilts.
A good rule of thumb for figuring the price on a quilt is take your length times your width. So that's your dimensions. Length times width gives you the full square inches of the quilt. Multiply that. There's on the low end, multiply that by 0.06. So that's 6 cents a square inch.
Well, what if it's applique and...
Well, this is what I'm telling you.
Oh,
I'm sorry, not 6. 9 cents. You multiply that by, it's 9 cents a square inch. This is how we do it in the shop. On the upper end, so you write that number down, then you do that same calculation for 15 cents a square inch, and then you decide how much work you put into it, and somewhere in that spectrum between 9 cents and 15 cents is a decent price.
Told everybody how to barter when they come in here.
Oh yeah, and if they want to barter, that's fine, because all the if I want to get rid of the quilt, we sell it cheap. If it's a quilt we
2
like,
cents.
if it's a quilt we like, it's got a higher price on it. Quilting really for us is very subjective, because the quilts we like we tend to charge more for, and that's going to be very similar when you've got a quilt. I mean, if you've got a quilt you like, you're willing to part with it for a price. But that 9 cents versus 15 cents gives you a spectrum as far as pricing a quilt that's already made. So that's just a kind of a quick guide on how we price quilts. It's not exact, it's not perfect. You'll never, if you're going to try and get into the business of quilt making, you will never get your time out of it. The people just aren't willing to pay that much for it. So quilts are not, you do them for fun, not for, I guess you could do it for money. But you won't make enough.
Little ant buddy you got there. Oh, it's a spider.
You'll find if you are going to get into the business of making quilts, baby crib quilts and small throws, you can usually price those right, and people will be willing to pay for them. The problem with a king size quilt is you've got to be in the $2,000 range to really make it worth your time. Anyway, that's all I want to talk about was just pricing, because I'm in the middle of a project that I should have charged more for.
Oh my gosh.
Woo.
Did you?
What's that?
You didn't kill the spider?
No, it hopped away.
Oh, because
The hobby spider?
I had a sound effect for it.
Oh, did you?
No,
Can we
it
hear the sound
disappeared.
effect? All right. So
Okay,
anyway,
so it
that's all I have today.
disappeared.
Like I said, so quilt pricing very subjective. Like I said, a lot of times it's how much do I like the quilts, how much I charge for it. But that kind of gives you a price range. Like I said, 9 cents a square inch to 15, or if you're doing a commission quilt, cost of materials times 2. That's all I wanted to cover. That's all I have.
That's
That was
good.
very exciting.
That is very exciting.
Probably not that exciting, but
It-
it might have answered questions
None
for
of
some
us-
I do
people.
have a question
None of us
though.
have.
Yeah.
What if
Question
somebody
from the
makes-
audience.
What if somebody makes it and wants to donate
Yes,
it
Rhonda,
for
what
like an
absorbs?
auction?
Yes.
So
Oh, and so
how
you-
would they do it?
I would, if they make it and they're going to donate it for an auction. If it's an existing quilt, I would do that a 9 cents to 15 cents a square inch and kind of figure it that way. If you're making it specifically for the auction, then the cost of materials times two, because if you can keep track of materials, that's just a really good way to do it. But then you also have to fudge that a little bit depending on the complexity of the quilt. But a good rule of thumb is just square inches, and then that kind of that range there.
Gotcha.
Cool beans.
Yay!
All right, so now we're in for a special treat.
Oh yay!
I said to Brent, I want you to show us all how to update our machines. Because any of you who have a Luminaire,
Yeah.
come on, you can't just keep coming into Brent and say, you don't want to lug in your machine and say, Brent, will you update this machine for me? No. You need to know how to update your machine yourself. And Kaya has a question, actually.
Do you add in the quilting costs? Yes. If you're doing cost materials times two, definitely have a line item for the quilting, because
That's a
that is
cost.
going to destroy
Good
your
question.
budget.
Good question.
Yeah, we kind of skipped that over. Now the 9 to 15 cents.
He
that,
forgot to
yeah.
charge for it.
Yeah, the
This
9 to-
last project.
The 9 to 15 cents, that actually takes into account quilting, because most quilting is going to be 2 to 3 cents usually at the top end per square inch to quilt. So that's already figured into that price of the 9 to 15 cents. But cost of materials times two, you do have to put a separate line item for the quilting. Yes.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's all right.
Anyway. Yes.
Good question. I'm trying to
We have
keep,
a lot of people watching
I'm
today.
trying to keep in touch. Okay, so I said to Brent, because I mean, I almost feel like I'm a designer for people with Luminaires right now.
Yeah.
Like, come on, baby. Like, I just want my own private club. No. But you have to know how to update your machine, or you're not going to be able to do any of the upgrades. Or if there's an error, something like that, you need to know how to do this. And I don't have a great track record, okay? As you all know.
No, you do
So
not.
I said, Brent, I don't want to show how to do this, because with my luck, it'll go. So I said, Brent, will you show us how to do an update on the studio's
Yes.
machine?
Because we bricked a
This
couple.
new update is huge. So I do not recommend that you do it with Wi-Fi.
Yeah, one of the things we have run into with the Wi-Fi updates is if it gets interrupted, it can cause some problems, and this is a fairly large
That's
update.
what happened to me.
So I would recommend definitely.
Twice.
I would definitely recommend just throwing it on a USB, and I find
And this one's big.
Yes.
Because they've updated all the video files.
Yes.
So it isn't just a little operating system update. It is the manual's been updated. All the video files are updated. It's
Yeah.
the whole kit and caboodle.
Yes, and if you're not, just as a side note, the way
Oh.
Brother works is they do updates.
Rhonda, I'm with you, Rhonda. Magnetic hoops. Where do you see Brother's new magnetic hoops, Rhonda? We'll be showing those off.
Updates on all Brother machines are free. Upgrades are what cost you money.
Yes.
And what Brother does is in the update, they actually put all the upgrades in, and then when you pay for your upgrade, it just unlocks them. So that's why you're going to find like the latest update has got a lot in it if you're coming up from a 2, because it's putting all the Luminaire 3 stuff on there and hoping that you'll pay to unlock it.
Oh, Rhonda, she wants it. See, that's why I wanted it too. The new
Yeah.
hoop. Rhonda, that Brother new hoop is amazing.
Yes.
I can't wait to
We've got a bunch
show
of...
that puppy off.
Yes. So...
Okay, so I'm going to get out of the way.
Okay.
Because the first thing you're going to do...
I can walk you through it.
No, you're going to do... I'm not touching anything. You're going to take this stick. I'm going to walk you through what I know, and you're going to tell me what I'm doing wrong.
Okay.
First thing is you have to have an empty stick, right, Brent?
Yes, an empty stick.
So his stick is not going to be empty, I guarantee you.
That's what she said.
Oh, wait. There's no,
Okay,
there's
one
no
of the-
place to stick the stick in.
One thing to keep in mind too is
I can't do it again.
He needs some place to stick his stick.
That's what she said.
Hang on.
Cut it out.
We're not... Here. But see, there's a place to stick 3 sticks at
put
once.
3 sticks
Yeah,
at once.
Yeah. It's a menage a trois. Sorry, Bev.
It's not.
So I put the.
I'm gonna be good for now on, I promise.
It's all for kids.
No, I'm not doing it. He started it
I did
today.
not.
I was gonna be professional.
I did
today.
not start it at all. Okay, so anyway,
It's not in my bones.
what you're gonna find a lot of times with Macs. I'm not a Mac guy, so you're gonna struggle through this
We'll
with me.
go to the PC land
No,
then.
no, this is just as much fun because
Okay.
this will add to the
Well, I'll
entertainment
help
value.
you. Your
Juggling
sticks in.
reel.
Hang on. Let me help you. Rather. Oh, well, maybe not. I can't get my mouse to
I'm good. I
work.
can.
You want to go over to PC land so you're not struggling, please.
Where's PC land?
Right
there?
here, right here, right here, right here.
There.
Yeah.
Parallel desktop.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll edit all that out.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but do what you're there. See, now you're on a PC. No, don't go all the way there. Now you're on a PC.
Yeah, but you're running like Microsoft Edge.
So what? It's 10.
Anyway, so what you want to do is
More
after.
people tune in just to see me hit you. I think.
I think so. I know.
And I'm gonna
I know Sarah
refrain.
does because she's
I'm
like.
gonna refrain.
So where you want to go is support.brother.com. Easy to remember. And what you're going to find is Brother has all sorts of stuff. Let me maximize that bad boy. There we go.
Did y'all see how my Mac can be my PC? Can a PC be a Mac? No.
Because it doesn't want to. That should tell you why it's superior.
Keep
No.
going. Keep going.
Anyway, so then you go to downloads. Because we're going to download an update. And this is where you get to see all the wonderful... This is why Brother has such awesome sewing machines. Look at all the other stuff they make.
Okay, that we only have.
So sewing machines. Doo-ba-doo-ba-doo.
Can't you just type in?
Well, you
XP?
can't. You probably could, but I was showing people how to browse to it because nobody remembers anything. All of the dealer-only machines are going to be the Innova series, and Luminaire is the XP series. If you are working on like a Dream Machines are the XV series.
We care about XPs today.
And we are on, and what you're going to find is a lot of these are, they're probably, if you actually download them all separately, they're probably all the same, but choose the machine that you've got. So we've got a Luminaire 2 here.
We have a 2 sitting here.
Yep, so we have a 2. And then this is usually filled out automatically, so I usually don't worry about this, your OS and all that. That's the browser knows, and you just hit OK.
Because we're on Windows 10
Yeah.
right now, even though we're on a Mac.
And we're going to hit OK. And so this is going to tell us what we have for available updates. And so this,
4.03.
yeah. And what you're going to find on sometimes there'll be other options here. There's other software. Sometimes like there's a thread palette update and stuff like that. So then once you're over here, you just hit update software. It gives us a user agreement.
And just so you know, on our current Luminaire 2, we are, if you go into settings, page 12,
If he goes over, yeah, want to go over to that screen.
it tells us that I'm currently running 4.01. So I'm in the settings menu.
Yeah, if
Which
you
is
want to
this-
go, yeah.
I need a pointer. I don't want the This is the settings
You have
menu.
those nice nails. You got to show
And
those
I'm on,
off.
it covers the whole screen.
Oh, okay.
And then we're on page 12.
Yeah.
And this shows us, why do we have auto download on? I don't like that on.
So, and what you just changed there, those are going to be your wireless settings. So this probably already has the update loaded into it. So if we hit load, it would do it. But we're not going to
No,
do that.
I don't think so. It's not seeing.
We'll go ahead and tap that button for a minute. See what it tells us. Yeah, so it's right down there. It says
Okay.
there's a new update available. Automatic threading button to turn. Yeah, okay.
But we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
No.
We're gonna do that in just a
I'd
second.
actually just turned that off.
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
gotten
but
me into trouble.
Yeah, but we're going to download the update, but you may also find that your update's been pre-downloaded on your machine.
Mm-hmm.
I am a big fan of just doing it to a USB, eliminate some trouble. And the other thing that I would recommend for all you that are out there and you have a Luminaire, save this update to a Luminaire update file, because I have run into, if you do run into trouble with your machine, sometimes you can fix it by
going back.
uploading an older update.
Yeah.
It's very rare, but it's something it's easy enough to do because you're downloading it once, just move it into a folder and save it.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, back over here. So we're just
keep it on the stick for a while.
Yeah.
And pray your stick doesn't go bad.
and we're just going to agree. Now, after you agree, it's going to start downloading. You see that up here. But one of the things while we wait for that to download, what you're gonna find is
And wait till now this is how much time it's taking to download to the computer.
yes, so it's still
So imagine
downloading.
how long it will take to download to your machine.
And what I always do this whenever it's downloading, is I check this screen right here. This tells me everything that is on this new update.
Yes.
Sometimes, and we'll scroll down to probably some older ones, but you can see these are all the functions that are now that you're going to see with the update. And so it's also going to update your machine manual. And then let's see if I got the older ones. See, and then no, it's not going to have
That's
older
still
ones.
how to.
Yes.
That, which, by the way, these instructions that he's going over, you can find on here as
Yes.
well.
And
if
yeah.
you know where to go to find
Yeah,
them.
we'll show you what we're gonna, all that how-to stuff we're gonna show you. But the big thing is, like I said, this is gonna show you what's new on the update. So if you're wondering, like, should I bother with an update or not? 9 times out of 10, I would say do it. Brother does a really good job. If they put an update out, it's out for a reason. But this will also tell you everything, everything new that it's gonna do. Like the big thing that people want it for is it's the
Magnetic frame.
the magnetic frame. The 10x10 is gonna be on there. And so then you've also got numbers on stamps.
Did you know,
That'll
and
be
this,
nice.
Rhonda, this is for you too, with the Brothers new magnetic frames, it as soon as it sees it has one of those in the machine, it automatically changes the speed on your machine to 600.
Oh, really?
So even if you're running at 1200, yes, yeah, it'll only run at 600. It decides, it automatically says, oh, I'm going to change your speed to 600.
Yep. So this
Because
is
of the weight or something, the weight of the...
a lot of times. So this is all the new stuff here. A lot of times, what you're going to see, because this is corresponding with an upgrade, you're going to see a lot of this. But a lot of times, you're just going to see stuff like this: improved machines functionality of line scan, or improved machines functionality to embroider larger split screens, revise the wording of messages. That's usually all you're going to get in an update. And then a lot of times you'd be like, why is my machine doing this? And you look at the update and you see that, like, it's going to improve that function, so you know that it fixed it. But this area here, that's generally all you're going to see in an update. All the stuff up here is because of the new release. They added a lot to this update. And then I can check up here. It shows my downloads complete.
Yeah, like those large size split embroidery software. That's something brand new. Brand spanking new coming out if you go and either buy a Luminaire 3 or buy the upgrade for your Luminaire 2. Those embroidery files are huge. They're huge. And it's got a whole new split-in feature. If you own PE Design 11, you can make your own split designs over there, and it will work with the technology built into your Luminaire. It's crazy. Crazy high-tech.
So
Yes,
I'm going to do now.
Deanie,
I'm
do you
going
have
to
a
go to
question?
I do, while he's doing that. Will it split the elephant I had a hard time with? Remember I had
If
to
you had
make
done
2
it in
files?
PE Design 11, yes.
So when you open your file,
Darn that PE
Once
Design
it's-
11.
once
I'm
it's
going to have
do-
to dust it off. Just for that.
Right?
Imagine Prairie.
once you've got your downloaded, depending on your browser, you may have to go to your to a download folder. I know
Mine is sticking it in a downloads folder.
Yeah, and then depending, a lot of times it's going to be listed somewhere, and you can just do like an open and show in folder. That's all you really want to do at this point. And there is your update. Now, some people, this is a very common thing, and it goes across the board. Some people want to double click it and open it. You can't.
And don't.
The .upf is not a format that your machine recognizes and opens. Much like a PES a lot of times, unless you're running
The
software.
sewing machine recognizes
Yes.
it and opens.
So
the
double-
computer does not.
Yeah, so double clicking it, I'm just going to do it for the fun of it, so you can all see what happens. See, how do you want to open this file? You don't.
You don't.
You don't want to open this file because you're not trying to open this file. You're just
Just close it.
Where's my close button?
You click out of it. What did you do? Just click out of it.
Oh, there's supposed to be a cancel on here. But when you get this, there we go.
Thank you.
Because you don't need to double click it. That's not important. And if you're on a PC, the easiest thing to do is right click,
Right click.
if it'll let
Are
me.
you all remembering right click? Why
Oh.
did you right click?
Because then you can just do a right click, send to.
Oh, I just click and drag.
Yeah, we're going to have to click and drag because
Well,
we're
most
automatic.
people know click and drag.
Yes, I know. And see, because I tried to right click.
How many you gonna remember right click?
You just right click, send to USB. But we'll go back. Okay.
No, you don't need to be. Okay, well, he's there.
And so where is our?
This is painful to watch, just so you know.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yes.
No
See?
name. No name.
No
name. No name.
No name right there. So then you have to find your
Just click and drag to that.
your USB, and then all you're gonna do is grab this here.
Oh, you didn't check to see it was empty first, though, just so you know.
Oh, see, this is all because we're doing Mac stuff.
No, it's not. It's because you
Okay.
have big fingers. You're on a PC right now. Okay, show them how to empty. I want them to know how to empty the USB. Right there. There's a file on the
Yes.
USB.
So this is our file. This is a file on the USB. There's
Yeah.
two ways you can do it. You can just highlight the file and hit delete, and that
And,
takes
and now look back at the stick. No name.
no name
Here
there.
it is.
Why did it not like that? Why is that not updating? Backspace? You should just delete it. Why isn't it deleting it?
Click on it, and go up and choose delete.
Yes, okay.
Right above you is the word delete.
Delete. See, there's delete, and we're
Delete.
gonna hit delete. Yes, I'm sure I want to
Yes.
delete.
There.
Oh, because your delete's acting as a backspace, make it go backwards. Never mind. Skip that. Oh, it might have deleted a few things already. Okay. So all you want to do,
He deleted some of the files inside the folder.
there we go.
That's why he got those messages.
Yes.
Instead of just deleting the folder.
Yes.
All you need to do is a select all delete
Yeah, select all delete.
and blow your files away.
The other thing.
But it's important that it be empty.
Yes, it's-
That's my big point here.
Yes, you definitely want it to be empty because you don't want anything extra. And you especially don't want another UPF file on there because that can cause your machine not to like you. So then all you're going to do is take that file, drag it over to there. Oh,
Wow, see how big that is?
free space. Try again. No, it's not going to do it. Why is it not gonna fit?
Wow, you bought a cheesy little stick.
Well, this is an older one.
Well, that's good for people to understand.
Yes.
You need a bigger stick.
Yes, keep in mind that this is an old stick that we used to buy them 1 gig because of the fact that older machines didn't handle 1 gig very well. I have one right here that'll work.
You do? It's got stuff on it.
It actually just has the update on it because I already loaded it with the
good.
update.
Just skip to that then.
Yes.
Yeah, you don't want to buy. This is a big update. It will not fit. This isn't even 1 gig. There's no way this is 1 gig.
It's gonna be a little less than 1 gig.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. Why is
What are you
this?
doing? If you already got it on the stick,
I know. Well, I was just gonna show people what's on the stick.
so open it up in Windows.
Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go.
I'm sorry, people.
Parallel. Allow.
Yes, allow.
Yes,
It's because
So normally you would just take that and drag it over, but you're gonna find
let's show
that
them what's on it. There.
That's your update.
All right. Phew, that was wonderful.
that was fun. Y'all got to
Yeah.
struggle through that with us. So
no, the thing is, your stick needs to be empty. It needs to be clean, more than 1 gigabyte. Is that a gigabyte one right there?
that's what I was gonna actually check.
Don't use any of your small guys. It won't work. 1 to 2 gigabytes is all you should be buying for these machines anyway, to
Yeah.
be honest with you.
This format here will also reformat your USB if you were worried about something on it.
We're not
Don't talk about
we're
it.
not
We're not
talking
doing.
about no,
You're talking about keeping it clean. That cleans off.
No, now you're just confusing them.
Well,
Mickey.
no, I
Okay,
think it's
fine.
I'm just throwing that out there because if you have hidden files on your stick and you can't get stuff on it, you might need to format it to erase everything else. But never mind.
Yes.
We don't want to talk about that.
I used it.
So it's
Bev says just buy a new stick.
so we got everything.
And download the file, throw it on your stick. Okay.
So now everything's on the stick.
So now you're back where you belong.
Yes, I'm back where I
Okay,
belong.
I'm sorry I did that to you, Brent.
It's all right.
We'll
I'm here for
share.
I'm here
we'll
for
sh-
your entertainment.
We'll share it the task next time.
All right. What we want to do next is
Now tell.
fun.
Oh, Eddie, can you switch cameras?
Yeah.
Okay, and what are you doing? Tell him what you're
I'm
doing.
gonna show
He
them what I'm
shut the
doing.
machine off, people.
I shut the machine off.
He
machine
shut
is
the machine off.
You see that
And
wonderful
we can see
reflection?
Macaw in the background. That's so pretty. I might have to make that my new desktop
When you
on my Luminaire.
when
Did you guys know you could do that? Customize your desktop.
Yeah, I put Fallout desktops on mine. When you turn your machine off and when you get ready to restart, you want to hold this button right here,
The button he's holding is the
needle threader.
needle threader button.
And this is actually outlined in the how-to, but you're just going to hold that, and then it's going to boot up, and then
And you
boot
don't let go of that button though
until the screen
until that screen
shows up.
Got that, guys?
Now, when you get to the screen, you have options. Let me just change this a little bit so you can see everything on there. This version down here,
That's the upgrade
that's
version.
the upgrade version. That's irrelevant to what we're doing.
that's
That
not
means nothing.
That's not the update. That's the
That's just the screen version. It's not.
Yeah.
It's not applicable. So don't look at that and say, "Oh, I want that 3.0." No, that doesn't mean anything.
go to your settings to determine your.
This up here is
software.
going to ask is asking you where do you want to pull your update from. If you have it downloaded wirelessly, you can go here. I would recommend with the larger update like this, throw it on your USB and plug your USB into the side. Now, what's awesome about Brother is their USBs have pictures on them. So when you put your USB in the side,
Make sure you look at the picture.
the picture. So I just plugged mine into the one that has the mouse on it.
Nobody does that.
Well, that's the one I just
That's the
happened-
one I plug my mouse into.
If you have a mouse, that's what it's plugged into. But you can
Okay.
plug your USB into either one.
Okay.
Just select the one that you have plugged it into.
Hey.
Since I chose the mouse,
Did you see they got rid of that clunky pen and came up with a new
Yes.
stylus with the upgrade?
yeah, because I realized they were giving you a shot.
No,
you're
they
gonna
give you
do.
both actually.
So I'm just going
All
to tap
threes
this.
come with the new one.
That's not what they were at.
And so
Oh.
I told it where I wanted it to go, and so it found it. If I didn't have a, well, I'm just going to return. If I didn't, no, that's inconvenient. Just take that. For me.
Sure.
Why was that on you?
I don't know. So
That's
if,
the shop phone,
Yeah.
not his cell phone.
so if you pick this one, for example, it's not going to let me.
Somebody out there is calling in to help us.
So it's going to ask me to load after I put my USB, but I don't have anything in there. So if I hit load, it's going to tell me no USB connected. So you can't really screw this up. Just put it. Make
Yes,
sure
you can, because I have.
on the USB side. The
Okay.
wireless is a whole nother issue. So we've got it in there. We're just going to hit load because we're on the one with the mouse, and there
Now-
we go.
Brent, I want you to tell people why you do not turn your power off right now.
If you turn your power off right now, you may. What's happening is it's writing new software to the boot, what they call the bootloader, technical stuff. But basically, if you turn the power off right now, you might turn it off in the middle of a write process, and then the machine won't know how to start again. There's ways around it, ways to fix it, but you do run the risk of actually having to get a new board because if you do it just right, you will need a new board.
Yes, you will.
And what happens sometimes with what I've seen
It's the
happen.
technical word is it ruins the BIOS,
The BIOS, yep.
on the motherboard.
Yes,
And once a mother loses her BIOS,
you know how that is.
she's no good.
I mean, we've
There's
all
no-
lost a BIOS.
There's
you know.
no easy way for us to reset the BIOS.
Yeah, the BIOS-
You have
the-
to go get a new BIOS.
The BIOS is on a board is basically is the input output. That's what lets you look at what's going on. And if you have no way to access the board, then you can't fix it. And that's what the BIOS does, is gives you access to things. And what happens sometimes with the wireless downloads, if it gets corrupted on the download, it'll start this process, and then it will just hang up. And so it'll sit here for hours and hours. And you're like, well, this isn't
Some
right.
people are reporting days.
Yeah, because they don't want to turn it
Days.
off. And finally, when they turn it off, well, you were in the middle of an update and you messed up the the board.
So it is scary.
Yeah, and you can see like right now it's at 7%. It's going to take a little bit.
Oh yeah, we won't. This
Yep.
is how large it is. This will take a long time to update. So
And I
my
just wanted
point
to-
is, don't get scared. This
Yep.
is what it's supposed to look like. that little number went from 6 to 7, and now it looks like it's frozen at 7, but it's not.
But this here is telling us that we still got activity.
Yeah,
Um,
it just takes a.
it's
This
gonna take a while.
update is going to take a while. I've seen people literally set it up and just go away.
Yeah.
Now there is a point where shutting off the machine is okay,
Yes.
and when is that? That's not here.
No, when you finish, when you get off of this screen, it's going to tell you pull the USB out and restart the machine. If you're ever on the screen, I would say do not. It says right up here, do not turn main power off. Listen to that screen. This is also why.
Don't do this in a lightning storm.
Yes, that's a bad idea. Yep, and see there we just went up to 8. This is also, like I said, one of the reasons I say save old updates so that you have a backlog of updates is sometimes if you do screw it up or it gets hung, you can sometimes load an older update. We could get into the technical side of things and how to bypass
No, we're not
stuff,
gonna.
but we're not going to.
We're not going to do that today. What I want, yes, Rhonda has a question. You can get the new stylus as part of your upgrade package.
Yes.
And it will, as long as you upgrade your 1 and 2, the new stylus will work.
But I believe, isn't it just a
Capacitator.
Yeah, it's just a rebranded iPad one, isn't it?
Well, it's a capacitor stylus,
Yeah.
like I've shown you how you can buy.
Yeah.
We've had it on another video.
We have.
I let her know.
Yeah.
Yes, we do. Yeah, the Amazon
Yeah.
styles. But
So
yes.
we don't need to watch. But there is a point where shutting off the machine won't cause damage. This is not the
Yes.
place to do that, though. So don't be discouraged. Oh, now it's chucking along.
Yeah, yeah. Usually, what you're going to find with an update is usually under the 20%. The first 20% is going to go kind of slow, and then once you hit 50, it just starts to move. It's that first half of it that's usually.
Yeah, what I've seen people experience though is it gets all the way to the end and then it just seems to sit there.
Yes.
And sit there and sit there and sit there and sit there.
Yes, and that's usually a corrupted file.
And that's where you go, oh no,
Yeah.
now what do I do, Brent? What do I do, Brent? Like if this does it here, what do we do?
We wait. And we wait.
go away.
And then we come back, and if it's still there, we turn it off and then keep our fingers
You
crossed.
wait at least 24 hours.
If you turn, what I would say is
I'm
give it
just
a few
coming
hours.
up with,
Yeah.
don't do it right away.
One of the things to keep in mind if you do run into that, one of the things that has brought these back is to turn your machine off and unplug it for about a
Update
day.
complete, Brent.
You turn it off and unplug it for a day, and it
Now,
allows.
it didn't tell you to shut your machine off yet.
It's not going to. This is where you do it.
Okay, people.
When it's upgrade
Now
complete, you just turn it off.
Why is it called an upgrade there, but it was an update?
Exactly.
Well,
Because
just
brother likes
because
to confuse you.
you actually need this update to do your upgrade.
Yes.
And if you weren't doing the upgrade, you probably wouldn't be able to take advantage of anything in this update. Or
Yeah.
Very few.
Yeah, there's a few things you definitely would see, but it's not going to be. You're not going to see all of it. Now, what you're going to notice is, we'll wait for that to start.
Did you just turn it on regular?
Yep. You pull your USB out and you just turn it back
You
on.
turned it off,
Yep.
pulled the stick out,
And turn it-
restarted the machine.
And what we're probably going to notice is, I'm just going to go right to it. So first thing on
Page
12,
12.
you see we're
4.03.
4.03. And it's telling us that the latest is updated. The other thing you're going to notice is where there's usually
See, Eddie,
a.
it says update there.
So what you're going to see now is when you're not going to see this kit 3 until you do the update.
You're right. But now there's a new button. In fact, you'll see several new buttons
Yep.
showing up on your screen after you do this update in anticipation of you buying the
Yep.
upgrade
And
goodies.
so if you do get the kit 3, the Luminaire 3 update, you hit certification, and it will ask
you
you.
put your little code in
It'll
for
ask
kit
you
3.
for it'll give you the code, or you can do it online, but it'll walk you right through the process. But this would not exist if you don't have an updated machine.
Yeah.
And there's probably a few other things in here that are new
There
and
are.
fun.
There's some icons that show up that are new, but off the top of my head, I can't even remember what they are now.
Endpoint set.
Yeah,
That's new, okay.
That's for the continuous
Yep.
continuous embroidery files.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we're
there's
gonna have some lot of fun stuff.
Yeah, so there's some fun stuff on there. We'll
Yeah.
probably play with that more.
We will
Yeah, once we
play
get
with that more.
once we get more of that in. But we are going to be ordering some upgrades. If you are interested in one, give us a call. Some of you have already called before. The pricing that I gave you, that the people that have called, that pricing was including the 10-inch hoop, magnetic hoop. There are two. They have they have a bundled upgrade where you get the upgrade and the new magnetic hoop, but you can also just get the upgrade itself, which is going to be a little less expensive. If you'd called me and asked me for pricing, the pricing I gave you was with the bundle. And if you don't want the hoop with it, it's going to be a couple $100 less, I think.
Don't talk prices.
Oh, I'm not talking price. I'm just letting people know that if
Okay.
they called me and I gave them a number, that if they don't want the hoop with it, it's a couple $100
Yeah.
less than what I told you.
There's more than one option.
Yeah, there's some different options, but we will be getting those in hopefully sooner than later. And as we get it in, we get a chance to play with it. We'll share our feelings with it. But
Oh, I'm excited.
yes, but so that's the process for that. And there's a lot of people.
Me and Rhonda are chatting.
Okay, you and Rhonda. Okay.
Okay,
Rhonda, is there a song
Okay.
"Help Me, Rhonda"? Was that a beat?
but good. All
That was
right, so
before my
thank you.
time.
Yeah.
I hope you guys could follow that. Basically, empty stick, bigger than at
Yeah.
least a gig, I should say. At least a gig. Make sure it's empty. Download the update file. Click and drag it to your stick. Shut off your
I don't know
machine.
what's going on with that stick.
Put your stick in. Turn on your machine while you're holding down
the threader
the
button.
thread of the little black or dark gray with needle
Yeah.
button. Hold that down. Once the screen comes up, you can let go of that button and then simply follow the update.
Yes,
Point to where it is
and
and
away you go.
be patient.
Yes,
Now, wasn't that easy?
it was.
Shut down the machine, take your stick out,
And it took us-
restart it, and you're.
It took us 45 minutes, but you can
And you're
usually
golden.
do an up.
Gee, I just covered that in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it doesn't usually take that long. We kind of spend a lot of time messing with the computers, but it's a quick.
You!
I told you when she said do
All right,
something like
I'm
it's a
sorry.
math.
I'm sorry, Brent. I apologize.
Just
I
giving you a hard
apologize.
time. Adds to the entertainment, I guess. Anyway, was there anything else we had for today? I mean, this
No,
was kind
we're
of
good. We're
like-
good. We did
Beach
it.
Boy song. Yes,
Thank
it was
you,
Beach
Rhonda.
Boys. Okay, I knew it was one of those.
All
I
right,
thought it was the
take us
Beatles.
out. Put these people out of their pain.
Really?
Oh, and like I said,
Out of
Shelly,
their
give us a
pain
call.
and suffering.
Give us a call here, Shelly, in a minute, and we're gonna get you hooked up. Why, when you in like that, I feel like such a freak show. Anyway, thanks for joining us for another episode of Shenanigans with Brent and Becky.
An episode. It was an
It
episode.
was an episode.
Toodles!
So on, and be excellent to each other.